Welcome back to the Slumdog Knowledge channel. In this video, I'll explain the basics of bonds, including the different types, their benefits and risks, and how they compare to equities. To review, bonds are a type of fixed income security that represents a loan made by an investor to a borrower, such as a corporation or a government. When you buy a bond, you are essentially lending money to the issuer of the bond in exchange for regular interest payments and the promise of getting your initial investment back at a specified date in the future. There are different types of bonds, but the two main categories are government bonds and corporate bonds. Government bonds are considered to be less risky because they are backed by the full faith and credit of the government. Corporate bonds, on the other hand, can offer higher yields but come with a higher risk of default. Bonds offer several benefits. They can provide a reliable source of income through regular interest payments, and they are generally less volatile than stocks, which can be attractive to investors who prioritize stability over growth. However, bonds also come with risks. Interest rate risk means that if interest rates rise, the value of your bond investment can decline. Credit risk refers to the risk of default by the issuer of the bond, especially for lower-rated corporate bonds. Let's now take a closer look at the four main types of bonds. First, municipal bonds. These are issued by state and local governments to fund projects such as schools, hospitals, and infrastructure. Municipal bonds are generally considered to be tax-free, meaning that investors do not have to pay federal taxes on the interest earned. They are relatively safe investments, backed by the full faith and credit of the government. Next, high-yield bonds, also known as junk bonds. These are issued by companies with lower credit ratings and have a higher risk of default. They offer higher yields to compensate for the additional risk. Investment-grade bonds are issued by companies with strong credit ratings and are considered to be less risky than high-yield bonds. These bonds are typically issued by well-established companies and offer lower yields than high-yield bonds. Finally, Treasuries are issued by the U.S. government and are considered to be the safest type of bond. These bonds are backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government, and they are considered to be risk-free investments. So, which type of bond is right for you? That depends on your investment goals and risk tolerance. Remember that all types of bonds come with some level of risk, including interest rate risk and credit risk. While bonds offer lower potential returns than equities, they can provide a valuable source of income and diversification in a well-balanced portfolio. I hope this brief explanation was helpful in understanding the basics of bonds and how they compare to equities. Don't forget to subscribe for more investing tips and financial advice.